Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Starship Arcade. It's me, Mike, and my brother is behind the camera, Tate, and wanted to show you some things that we're doing for Halloween. We got a lot of new games on the floor, we won an award, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're going to walk down this little hall here. My wife, myself, my brother, my daughter, and her boyfriend were just sitting here all day yesterday decorating. There's tombstones and skeletons and scary stuff just everywhere in the building, and lots of cobwebs obviously here in our black light area. But we got new games on the floor, and I want to talk about that as I go. First, we got a new shooting game on the floor. Now, our shooting game section, we're really proud of it. We have some great games, but it's kind of Halloween all the time here. I really like horror, so this is a great time of year for us. And we got House of the Dead 2, we got Carnival, we got Aliens, we got Zombie Raid. So all those, you have kind of a horror theme to them anyway. Aliens a little more sci-fi. But speaking of sci-fi, I added this. Now the horror of this machine is the fact that it is a showcase cabinet. Anyone that's ever dealt with a showcase cabinet in the arcade knows that it is heavy and usually kind of terrible, to be honest with you. This has a 33-inch monitor. We dubbed that the Widowmaker. So if this thing ever hits the ground, it's heavy. It's going to break your back when you move it. It's doing all that kind of fun stuff to you. Now, when we got this cabinet, it was white and it was kind of a mess. We put it in our truck and we strapped it in what we thought was good and tied on the wall. Well, what we didn't know is on the way, it just wasn't secure to this base enough to handle bumps and bruises along the way on the road. And when we opened up that U-Haul door, the top part of this monitor here had broke off from the pedestal and crashed into the bottom of the floor of the bed of the truck. So we tried to lift it, not lifting it. So we had to actually use a tractor. We slid it out of the truck, used a tractor to get it back on there. All thread, wood glue, staples, nails, screws, everything we could do to put it back together just to see if it still worked, because the actual monitor didn't break, surprisingly enough. There's a video of me and my brother. It's 3 years ago now, and in 2017, and I'm gonna let you see it right here.
So it's 3:17 in the morning. My brother and I are here in the arcade barn at the moment.
We got the arcade dungeon.
We got this ridiculous showcase cabinet, Area 51 maximum force up and running, and it was a nightmare. So just the fact that it's running is a miracle, and actually looks pretty decent. We got some adjustments obviously, and the shit ton of work here, but fun. Next to look at is The Simpsons that doesn't look like The Simpsons. Till next time.
Alright, I hope you saw that video. That was at 3 o'clock in the morning in 2017, and that's when we first saw that this game still worked after putting it back together. Now since then, what have we done? We've painted it, like I said. We've put this awesome fluorescent T-molding all over it. I put this rusty fence graphic, this metal Area 51 sign. I love that because it's kind of like the fence on the outside of Area 51. What you can't see really good because I'm going to put some little orange paint on it, but we got razor wire, a little fake razor wire here at the top. So, when you got a big ugly cabinet, don't just always give up on that thing. I mean, there's little creative things you can do to make it look like a dedicated cabinet, even if it's in some weird conversion cab. So don't give up on it. I went in and I've redone the caps on this monitor, redid the flyback, and now it's just got a beautiful picture. It also plays maximum force, Area 51 obviously being more popular. So we love having that in the lineup. We got rid of Time Crisis. It was a big dual projection screen, rear projection screen. 8 foot by 8 foot by 6 feet deep, and the guns never did fire just perfect for us. The monitors were a little harder to tune in. The computer was a little glitchy sometimes, so we don't really like having that kind of stuff on the floor here at the Electric Starship. We want everything working in top order, so we replaced it, and that's the new game in its place, and it's working great. Also moved Big Buck Hunter Pro over here too to kind of fill that big old gap that had made its way there. As far as decorations over here, we did the old Collegeville style plastic mask that used to cut your lips and your nose when you put the little rubber string around your face. These are like large versions. I got them from Retro Go-Go. I believe that's the website name. They got a little black light reaction to them, and they just look really, really cool. So, I think anyway. Anyway, we'll work our way back over here. We got more new games to talk about. Now we're going to pass by. This is the Harbinger of Hell, and he says fun stuff. You can smell the death on you, apparently. He's pointing kind of back this way, so let's point back this way. And we replaced Batman pinball on the floor with an old classic that we started out with here, and this is Tales from the Crypt. Now, I went in and shopped it. I put some new solenoids in the flipper so it fires nice and hard. Rebuilt it, some new rubbers along the way, some new plastics that had cracked. Scrubbed and waxed that playfield down. As you can see, it has the color DMD. Which I think just adds so much to this game. It's got LEDs throughout, but classy LEDs, not your trashy LEDs. That's very important in the pinball game. You don't want to have it all a bunch of weird colors, especially behind flesh colors, because this will get blown out, and this girl will look purple, and she'll look green, and it's just weird. So I do have some cool different color flashes behind that. Even got the topper at the top. So it's looking good and playing right, so come back in and play that. So new pinball on the floor, that's always exciting. We'll work our way back over here. And if you look at the back here, I'm wearing this because we got a new game on the floor. We got Crystal Castles. Now, I got this at a local arcades warehouse. Board wasn't working. It was a little beyond me, so I sent that off. But what wasn't beyond me is the monitor wasn't working either. And I went in and repaired that and got the monitor working and looking good. This has always been a Crystal Castles. You can tell there's a little Crystal Castle burning on it. And most importantly is controls, right? So I went in and rebuilt this trackball, and it is nice and silky smooth. It's all original. I just got new bearings and all that fun stuff. So it's ready to roll, man. It had a great marquee on it. The CPO is actually really good. The side art is actually really nice on it. The T-molding wasn't even bad on this game. It was just dirty as all get out, and now it's looking sharp. Another game that was on the floor, and it went off the floor, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, but everything was tested good. And it turned out to be a really crappy fuse that for some reason tested good, and then I found out it was bad, so I replaced that fuse. We got the original Star Wars back on the floor. This also has Empire Strikes Back in it. Kind of hold down the thumb buttons. It's a little trick to get to it, but I can show you that, or my brother Tate can show you that. That's one of his favorite games of mine too. Classic. Got to have that nice color vector Star Wars in your arcade if you can do it. And then finally, man, this is a labor of love. I absolutely love Robotron 2084. Matt McDonough finally got this thing, the boards and everything. I sent the whole game with him because I've worked on the monitor, I've worked on the boards, I've replaced RAM, I've replaced ribbon cables, I've sent the boards off to someone else before. I had to fill an extra 7 holes that weren't supposed to be there in this CPO, or in this control panel, and then put a brand new CPO on it. It is a labor of love indeed, and now it is working great. So if you don't know about Robotron 2084, come in, talk to me, and we'll come over and play this game because I love playing it. I can play it all day. I'm not that great at it, but I do love playing it. So nice. In our retro lineup there, 3 new games on the floor. Fantastic. And I'm just really excited. Crystal Castles, Star Wars, Robotron. And I love that Robotron has kind of a color scheme that blends a little bit with Mad Planets. Crystal Castles has a very complementary color scheme with all its pinks and purples. The Tempest, so they just look good together. And I try to do that too. I know that's like a simple, weird little thing, but you got games that complement each other. Hey, look next to each other. I think they do. Anyway, as we work our way back around here, so I did want to talk about this. We have Dreamcast, an original hardware Dreamcast just here on the floor, an old CRT monitor. Right now we got Code Veronica running in it. But we do have a bunch of other games behind the bar, so if there's anything you used to play for the Dreamcast, it's a good chance you might have it. Got this cool little guy right here. It's pretty awesome. I love all our Halloween decorations. Worked really hard putting all them up yesterday, so we'll work our way back over here. More Halloween decorations. So, you know, in our classic console area, we got this fun guy right here. Actually, the motor wasn't. I got to fix a prop yesterday. The motor wasn't working. It was just a bad wiring job. It was a little cheaply done. So I went in there and I got him rocking back and forth, and he's truly terrified. You know? So there you go. Speaking of that, oh, so close. This guy right here. Wake up, Nosferatu. Awesome, right? We're gonna get tired of it, right? It's 30 days later, we're gonna see the Harbinger of Hell tell us the same thing over and over. And Nosferatu, keep talking. But, thank you, sir. You're amazing. We're gonna talk about this. Fort Worth Weekly, Best of 2020 winner. We've been open since June, so we're pretty proud of that. That's actually really, really cool. We won it Reader's Choice, Best Entertainment Spot, Electric Starship Arcade. And we put a little shrine up there. We're proud. I think that's a really, really cool thing. Some of the other stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm going to go around the bar here. We did add some new beers. People asked for a stout, and they asked for a sour. The stout we picked was Founder's Breakfast Stout. As you can see by that hole right there, very popular. We sold out of them over the weekend. Got a new shipment of those coming in today, and maybe another surprise as far as stouts are concerned. We also, sour, picked up Deep Ellum Playdate. People love that too. Running low on that, so we ordered some more of that. This is not our beer order in a week, but it had to be because we ran out of cool stuff. That's new and people are asking for it. Speaking of that, since we got, it's Halloween, right? So I wanted to bring out a new t-shirt. We brought out two, so if you like our teal and our hot pink t-shirt, we also have the pumpkin orange there, so you can ask for those when you come in. And one of mine, this is my new favorite, because green's my favorite color. It's not a creative color, it's my favorite color. We also got the neon green in the Electric Starship Arcade. Or if you kind of think of it, it's like Halloween 3, right? For those Halloween 3 fans, it's like the different color mask. If I had a white, we'd have like the skull. This would be like for the pumpkin head, this would be for the witch. So anyway, that's nerdy horror talk for sure. Working our way back this way. Fighting games. This is our section of fighting games. We actually moved some stuff around to get it even more fighting games over here. So, as you can see, we have our Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, and on the other side we have Mortal Kombat 4, Tekken 3, WrestleMania, Primal Rage. We usually load a fighting game or two in our Neo Geo. This is what we're really proud of over here. We have our Championship Edition in black, and now, brand new before, we have our true big blue, because it's actually blue. And I went in, repainted, redid the sides, did new T-molding, grinded down all the old CPO, put a brand new one on it. I love that the diamond plate print matches the diamond plate print on the moves list, and then behind that, so we got kind of, it looks dedicated to be Xmen versus Street Fighter. Love the big beautiful marquee. Love the artwork of arcades. I can talk about that all day, but beautiful game. Really fun to play. New buttons. It's ready to go. Also moved Marvel vs. Capcom over here, so now we got kind of like a fighting game row. It's kind of this whole section right here is all fighting games, so really like that. We'll work our way on back. We still got new games. Complementary colors, right? I moved Alien Syndrome out of that row, put it over here. You can now see the side art a little better, just because of the way Pigskin's cut out, which I love the side art of this game. It's got complementary colors, oddly, the purple and the green to Roston. Again, I played both of those back in the day in the arcade. Just absolutely loved them. This is really cool in my eyes. I love that we have the strobe effect in the stun runner up here. I may change that, I don't know. I kind of think it's funny. Anyway, fantastic. We have a stun runner on the floor, and it's working great. It is a super fun game if you've never played that. I really enjoy it. We had to send off the boards, and they weren't even fixable. We had to find, I forget what the name of the board was, but there's one little board in there that we actually had to find to get this thing up and running. I did some new T-molding on it, went in and put a nice monitor in there. It was out, and it's ready to go, man. You gotta come try this game out. I don't know that this is at a lot of arcades anymore. You know, it's a bigger game. When they break, there's not a whole lot of people that are working on them, but actually really fun. Probably change the light out. I don't know if I like the flickering effect that it's doing right now, but not that big a deal. Pretty awesome though. Excited. Work our way back over here. Well, another good game on the floor. This is Battle Shark. Now, I think this game is just really neat. It's got the little periscope going. This actually shakes and rattles a little bit if you get shot by submarines. Just a few submarine games out there, but I don't know that there's this many that look so cool. I love the artwork on it. You're looking at all the little dials and you know, all the gauges you would see in a submarine, which is really cool. These lights light up. So we put a green light in this one. I think they're both supposed to be red, but I think that's cool. I keep it in there for a while until it bugs me. On this side, just a fantastic artwork here. I couldn't hide this game in between games, just because I thought it was really cool. And then moving on over here, you can still play 4 players, no room on each side. We're going to be playing horror movies all this Halloween. And we got some old black and white movies, some kid-friendly movies, Goosebumps, that sort of stuff during the day. And then it might get a little bit more violent and gory at night. Who knows? You'll have to come in and check it out and see. And yeah, we're super excited about Halloween. We love October, but it's going to be Halloween every day. And come dressed up. We're going to have some later announcements as far as days to wear costumes and that sort of thing. But you can come in here with your face painted, dressed up, and weird hats on, weird outfits. I don't care, all the time. We love that kind of stuff here at the Electric Starship. You can be you for sure here. But we'll announce some days when we come in. Maybe have some prizes, some t-shirt giveaways, some fun stuff like that, monthly passes, things of that nature. I want to hear from you. What games do you want to see? What games do you absolutely love? Did I take something off the floor that you absolutely love? There's a lot of games in rotation here. Let me know. I want you to be just as happy as the next person, the next person, the next person. So this is your family-owned and operated arcade. Please remember to like and subscribe to these videos. Put stuff in the comments below. Say, hey, you know, Mike, I really want this. I want that back. Where'd this go? I'll answer all your questions. You can private message me. You can message me in front of everyone. I really don't care. It's really fun. So anyway, thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you so much for voting for us. You know, we feel like the people's champ, right? Like The Rock, you know. We're the people's champ. You voted for us for Entertainment Spot of 2020. We really appreciate that. Couldn't do it without you. Anyway, so thank you. Y'all have a great day, and I hope to see you soon.